Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Spreeha's annual fundraiser, Journey of Hope 2021, our second virtual event. Yes, can you believe it? It's our second virtual event. As we are all witnessing, the pandemic has been an evolving situation, molding our lives in extraordinary ways. Hope. This word has been rhyming more powerful than ever as we, as one global human community, battle the COVID-19 pandemic. By now, almost 2 years into this pandemic, many have lost their loved ones or lost their livelihood or are at the forefront risking exposure to keep the rest of us safe. Or many of us have at least lost the sense of sanity and normalcy. UN is predicting COVID crisis to push global unemployment to over 200 million mark in 2021. The COVID-19 pandemic is estimated to push an additional 88 to 115 million people into extreme poverty this year by the end of 2021, depending on the severity of the economic contraction per the data from World Bank. 115 million people into extreme poverty. I'll let that sink in. Taking a pause here, coming back to hope, looking out toward a string of light, we battle this pandemic with human compassion, empathy, understanding, and really coming together in the to a friend, relative, a neighbor who might be struggling. As most of you know, Spreeha have continued to support local businesses throughout these turbulent times. Many of us have found different hobbies, pursued a healthier lifestyle, became social media influencers, donned on a chef's hat, even wrote books. Oh. Most importantly, found hope. And our journey of hope found hope too. For everyone who is joining for the first time or not too familiar with Spreeha, Spreeha is a 501c nonprofit organization. We engage deeply within underprivileged communities to establish an atmosphere where they feel enabled to exercise their rights and responsibilities. From Seattle and Dallas to Dhaka, Cox's Bazar, Kurigram, Rangpur, and Satkhira, we work locally and globally to empower, address needs, and raise social awareness. With tools like healthcare, education, training, and opportunities, Spreeha is all about a holistic approach to empower. In presentations to follow through today and tomorrow, you will hear about the impact Spreeha is making. We will bring to you inspiring stories and testimonials about how an incredible group of people have overcome barriers and are in a journey towards life without poverty. You will hear stories about astounding social workers, teachers, doctors, and volunteers going above and beyond and achieving the impossible. Today is another new day, presenting us a new opportunity to be part of the story and part of the journey. And now we are kicking off our first day welcoming Spreeha board member Nadia Mahmood to kick off this event by saying a few words. Nadia is a registered dietitian, nutritionist specializing in the field of nutrigenomics, and believes in taking a proactive approach to manage people's health. I have spoken enough, however, let me speak a little bit more. As a quick reminder, please feel free to visit our campaign page at any given time, spreeha.org/JOH 2021. The donate button is right to your right-hand side. If you scroll down a little, there is a pledge button, which is centered in the middle. If you are pledging, if your company has any matching funds, please make sure to add them as well so that we can count that in. And now, without further ado, kicking off today with board member Nadia Mahmood's welcome speech. Welcome, Nadia, over to you.
Thank you so much, Marnaz Apu. It's so great to be here. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I am very excited to be here for the Journey of Hope 2021 fundraiser. And I hope that we'll be able to do this in person in the near future. But in the meantime, it's so exciting to come together virtually with people from all over for such a great cause and organization. I wanted to just take a moment by thanking our amazing executive director, Onez Apu, our founder, Tazeen Bai, and all the other dedicated volunteers. There's too many to name who worked behind the scenes to put this event together. I know it takes a tremendous amount of work to do so, and they have done such a great job. So let's give them a little silent cheer. I learned that from my kids' Zoom school the last year for all of their hard work. So thank you. I also wanted to take this opportunity to thank all of you for taking that extra step, for being here today. I know everybody is zoomed out, so thank you for logging on and joining us and supporting what Spreeha does. And for those of you who can't be here live, hopefully you tune in later and have already donated, a lot of you guys. So again, thank you so much for doing that. I first heard about Spreeha because I had the privilege of knowing Tazeen Bhai when he first had the idea of Spreeha over 10 years ago. And so it's such an honor to now be part of the board and to see how far the organization has come over all these years. I had started my own nonprofit when I first met Tazeen when I was in college. And so I know how much work it takes to start a new organization, to run it, and especially to scale and sustain it for so long, which Spreeha under Tazeen's leadership and with so many others has done so well. So I'm proud to continue to support their efforts. Today, as Farnaz Apu had said, we will hear some inspiring stories from our donors, our beneficiaries, and from the team in Bangladesh about Spreeha's impact. You'll especially hear how we've been able to adapt quickly during the pandemic to meet the needs of all of the people that we work with, which in itself is a major accomplishment. So I hope that you will see after tonight and tomorrow, what I see in Spreeha is that what makes us most unique is our approach. Spreeha's model is highly scalable. It takes a very holistic approach to truly transform the lives of those living in poverty. And because of its scalable model, the more funds we have, the more districts and countries we can actually expand into and grow our impact and transform more lives. So I know that we have a goal set for $200,000 this weekend, but I'd like to see us surpass that goal. And I know that we can. So that'll help us to continue to add more capacity for the organization and expand our program. So I hope you will join us on this journey and give generously this weekend. Today, I was reflecting on this quote by John D. Rockefeller Jr. It's think of giving not as a duty, but as a privilege. And what a true privilege it is that all of us are here today in a place to actually be able to give, to help those living in poverty in Bangladesh. So I hope that you are inspired by this weekend's programs and by Spreeha's work. And I hope you reflect on how much of a privilege it is that we can all do something today and give to such a great cause. So on behalf of the whole board, I just wanted to thank you all so much for your support. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the program we have tonight. And I hope we crush this weekend's goal. As Farnaz Apu said, just donate online today. You can also pledge and give at a later time, but please, please, visit the website and help us on this journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Nadia. That was wonderful to hear from you.
Thank you.
So thank you for being a part of it and making time for us this evening. And now, following up from Nadia's speech, let's take you through the journey of Spreeha overview. Hear from some of our donors, from our Bangladeshi Spreeha family, who's working hard at the field level, placing their lives at risk and going above and beyond during this pandemic. Our heroes, our preschool teachers. These teachers went door to door teaching kids, helping these young children to cope with isolation and bringing forth the light of education to their doorstep. Instead of me giving out all the details here, let's take you to witness the story and seeing it yourselves. So let's get rolling. And since this is everything's online, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and just make sure I'm sharing this right. So bear with me, dear audience. Let's go ahead and visit some more stories.
I am from India. I have witnessed poverty. I believe poverty is man made. Therefore, it is incumbent on us to lift the afflicted. I joined Rotary Club in 1984 for paying my debt to the society. There I met Shamsuddin in a Rotary meeting in 1990. He invited us to a fundraiser some 7 or 8 years ago at the Spreeha. In my opinion, people donate for a cause to an organization they know or to a person they know. It is Shams who is the instigator for our connection to Spreeha. There are many causes of mass poverty, such as historical domination by rulers who perpetuated poverty for substitute cheap labor. Poverty is generational. It carries from father to son. Poverty among women and children is horrible. Racism, bigotry, religious differences, etc., are root causes to create, perpetuate, propagate poverty. Social justice, education, and charity can help those who suffer poverty. So please do your part.
Spreeha has always been working towards making healthcare easily accessible for the underserved people. The ultimate goal is to make people realize the importance of their health so they can be proactive in decision making towards the betterment of their own health. For that, Spreeha is working in Rayar Bazar area in Dhaka for the last 7-8 years, and now we are seeing an improvement in overall health status in the battle against communicable and non-communicable disease, maternal and child health, and overall nutrition status of the community. During the pandemic situation, we have been faced with some new challenges, as COVID is a highly contagious disease and the healthcare center itself could be responsible for the community transmission. We had to redesign the whole service delivery process. So we introduced telehealth for the slum people and we went door to door for COVID screening. And now, after a year and a half of the pandemic hit this part of the world, we can safely say we played a very important role towards minimizing the community transmission in such densely populated area in Dhaka. In the end, we can proudly say COVID could not stop us. Rather, we grabbed this opportunity to serve more people, to reach more people. To the people we have served, we not only brought healthcare for them, we brought hope through this journey of hope.
So let's go on to some more stories.
My name is Shamul Haq. I live in Seattle. I'm a data scientist working at Amazon. We have been privileged to be associated with Spreeha for the last 4 or 5 years. As we live in Seattle, I feel like we have been given a very privileged life. And I often wonder, why do we have that versus the little boy or girl in the slum? And I think I am any better than that person. And I think the only difference is for some reason society had given me the opportunity to get an education and pursue the other things in my career or life. And what I really like about Spreeha, and I believe in their cause, is Spreeha is creating those opportunities that society for some reason has given to some and not the others. And in our day-to-day lives, we sometimes want to help in this cause, but it's very difficult for one person to make a difference. But the volunteers in Spreeha has been working behind the scenes very hard to make this happen. And the amount of money for us, the amount we spend in buying a coffee can make a difference in someone's lives back there. And so I think the money is not the object, it's really the coordination, the planning, and the hard work that Spreeha has been doing over several years that is really praiseworthy. So I really appreciate you guys, and for the new people, new members, keep supporting Spreeha, create those opportunities for the people who didn't get it. I think that's how we can lift society as a whole.
Thank you, Etesham. And now let's watch another story, a very inspiring one.
রিনা স্পৃহাতে কমিউনিটি অফিসার হিসেবে কাজ করছেন আজ প্রায় 7 বছর। প্রতিদিন সকালে বাসা থেকে বের হয় অফিস যাওয়ার জন্য। প্রতিদিন সকালে কাজ শুরু করার আগে পুরো টিমের সাথে মিটিং করেন রেবেকা। স্পৃহাতে কাজ করছেন প্রোগ্রাম অফিসার হিসেবে। কমিউনিটি অফিসার, শিক্ষক সহ পুরো ফিল্ড টিমকে তিনি পরিচালনা করেন। রিনা কাজ করেন গর্ভবতী মায়েদের নিয়ে। বাড়ি বাড়ি গিয়ে তাদের সুবিধা অসুবিধার খোঁজ নেন। গর্ভবতী মায়েদের নিয়ে গড়া মমস ক্লাবও পরিচালনা করেন তিনি। কারো একটু অসুবিধা হলেই তিনি নিজে তাদের স্পৃহা হেলথ কেয়ারে নিয়ে যান। শারমিন, আফরিন, শাবনাজরা কাজ করেন কিশোরী মেয়েদের নিয়ে। 10 থেকে 19 বছর বয়সী মেয়েদের সাথে শারীরিক, মানসিক, সামাজিক প্রতিবন্ধকতাকে জয় করে কিভাবে নিজেদের ও পরিবারের দায়িত্ব নেওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত হওয়া যায় তা নিয়ে কথা বলে তারা। প্রি স্কুল এবং আফটার স্কুলের বাচ্চাদের পড়ানোর কাজে ব্যস্ত থাকেন মাহিনুর ও চুমকি। করোনার জন্য দেশের সব স্কুল কলেজ বন্ধ থাকলেও তারা বসে থাকেনি। বাড়ি বাড়ি গিয়ে বাচ্চাদের পড়ানো থেকে শুরু করে গান, নাচ, ছবি আঁকা, ক্রাফটিং থেমে থাকেনি কোনো কিছুই। এভাবেই প্রতিদিন স্পৃহার কর্মীরা তাদের কাজ করে যাচ্ছেন নিয়ম করে। করোনা মহামারীতে পুরো দেশ থমকে থাকলেও নিরলসভাবে কাজ করে যাচ্ছে রিনা, চুমকির মতো স্পৃহার এই মানুষগুলো।
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? We took you through some wonderful stories which gave us a deeper perspective on how your contribution is making a direct impact for thousands of lives. Your support is crucial for us, and to know that we can count on your continued support is tremendous. And now I will present you our Saturday night concert. Anybody who has been following us on social media will probably have a guess by now who that person is. It's no other than our popular singer Luna Rahman, a music enthusiast and a versatile vocalist all the way from Florida. We have all been eagerly waiting to listen to your melody, Luna Rahman. She's a popular and versatile Bengali singer. She has been living in Florida for the last 24 years. Her musical journey began when she was only 4 years old. She completed 5 years of classical and Robindra Sangeet course from Chanot in Dhaka, Bangladesh. She was trained by many legendary musicians such as Ustad Pul Muhammad, Sanjida Khatun, and Rizwana Chaudhry Bonna. She received multiple national awards in Bangladesh, including Jatiyo Robindra Sangeet Sammelon, National Conference of Tagore Songs. Her mastery includes many genres, including Bengali, Hindi, and ghazals. Before we go to our Saturday evening concert by Luna Rahman, I want to take a few moments to extend our hearty thanks to our event sponsors for today. Our gold sponsor, Kamrun Mirza, real estate broker Keller Williams. Silver sponsor, Build Safer Projects in Bangladesh by IOM. Bronze sponsor, Reaching New Heights, a documentary in production by Laila Kazmi. Palarit, providing home loans. and Tasveer, a social justice arts nonprofit platform. With that, let's enjoy the concert. Please do come back and join us tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. and we promise to make your Sunday evening worthwhile. Thank you so much for attending today. And now I welcome Luna Rahman.